Okay, so it's a gorgeous day. I'm enjoying some very stress-free fishing. I have no real goals in mind. Multi-species, trying to find my first porgies, and this happens. Fuck me. But that's later in the trip, so for now we'll just focus on the fishing. Here I'm using little slab wrap crankbaits for porgy. I'll leave a link on the upper right hand corner as my only claim to fame. So that's the first porgy of 2019. It won't be the last, but I'm probably not going to spend too much time porgy fishing this year. So here I hook into something much nicer. One thing I'll say is, this Daiwa Theory reel, it has one of the smoothest drag systems. I've tested it all throughout spring on big smallmouth and largemouth. So even a baby striper like this is quite a workout on the ultralight setup. The rod is the X-Bride 610 medium light. That's their drop shot special, and it's been excellent. I'm using 8-pound Daiwa J braid to 6-pound Seaguar fluoroliter. And that fish needed no reviving, just off it went. Here I'm trying a little bit of fluking, and not much success. This whole area, the fluke are not very thick in terms of numbers, but there are some nice fish around. So for fluke, I'm using my standard rig, which is a 1/2 ounce Spro, 5-inch mullet. To me, that's the perfect little package for any size fluke. I've caught them up to 8.5, almost 9 pounds, and I've caught 10 inchers. That one was barely a keeper, but I wasn't planning on keeping any fish that day. So just very briefly, in terms of using the slab wrap, you're just using it like a jig. It's a sinking, vibrating crankbait. I have just a single owner replacement hook, so I took all the trebles off, and this is pretty much all I use for porgies past couple years. Alright. And that single tail hook comes right out. You also get very few snags on the bottom. And some of these porgies take a little bit of reviving, so you'll see me kind of dip them in the net. So these first arrivals, they seem to be feeding pretty well. They are pooping all over my kayak. So here I'm back trying to find some fluke, and this is my normal fluking setup. The 7'2" X-Bride medium heavy. The reel is a Corrado K. I have 20-pound Daiwa J braid to 15-pound Seaguar STS.
Christ.
And no slam in the Northeast is complete without a few sea robins. So that one was nice, easy release. Okay, here I included this clip just so you see how I loop these silicone rubber bands. I use them as a hook keeper for the gulp. The wire keeper on the Spros are complete garbage. I cut those off new out of the package. So that was a little bit hard to watch. By far the biggest fluke I hooked this season from the kayak. As usual, I'm checking my leader, checking the hook, and nothing. I have some theories as to how I lose fish like that, but that's for another video. And here, just for fun, I'm using the slab wrap. I have caught fluke on this before, and it's always a lot of fun. There you see the little slab wrap. I think that's the hot perch color. I'll leave a link to everything down below. I didn't bother measuring this fluke, but should be close to a keeper. So about this point in the day, I kind of noticed that I'm leaning towards the left. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but since I was into fish, it didn't really register until now. This is pretty late in the afternoon. So here I look down and yup, my side pontoon is pretty deflated and it's not the valve. So I'm about a mile from my launch site, and yeah, definitely time to head back in. This kayak has 3 chambers. The 2 side pontoons are not drop stitched. So there, you see the comparison? That's how it should be. That is no bueno. And yes, I am listing to the left. Alright, so here's a recap on what happened. Remember this guy with the little dingleberry? Well, I try to have it land outside the kayak. Bam, right there. That's what happened. Once again, Porgy dorsal spine. And here, I'm trying to find the leak. At this point, I haven't reviewed the video, and I don't know exactly where the leak is. I couldn't find a spray bottle, so I couldn't do the soapy water test. So here I'm just washing my kayak and looking for any bubble trails. And right there, that's where it is, and it matches up exactly to where the Porgy landed on the side pontoon. Fucking Porgy. Effing Porgy indeed. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and should have videos every week, if not twice a week, for the rest of the season. Alright, take care.